Hey guys, it's once again time for another Ryuu review, and this time I am going to be reviewing Generation 5 as a whole, as I promised on the garden. So, without further ado, let's get down to business. This is Pokemon Generation 5. Okay, so the first category I'm going to be looking at here is the individual Pokemon. This being, of course, what the franchise is all about. I know a lot of people have been complaining that they don't like the concepts behind the Pokemon and they don't like the actual Pokemon themselves. Now, there is some fair criticism behind that, but I do think you guys are being a little too hateful towards the trash bag and the ice cream cone because you just don't like the concept. I mean, in all honesty, they're not horrible Pokemon. They are concepts that have never been used before. I think it's just the fact that you guys were totally weren't expecting something like that that's made you feel a bit uncomfortable with the design and all that. Personally, I think a trash bag and an ice cream cone Pokemon is pretty cool. But that's just my personal opinion. But hey, you're listening to this video to hear my personal opinion. So, I'm going to talk about the starters for a little bit. You guys do know I'm not a huge fan of Emboar or the fact that he's now getting a typing that is being overused. But I do like the Snivy line, and I do like the Mijumaru line. Yes, I still refuse to call him Oshawott. Now, the one disappointing thing about them, actually, there's multiple disappointing things. One of the disappointing things about them is the fact that they're not dual type. I love the water fighting dual type, and I wish Kenki had gotten it because that would have given him some amazing coverage. But unfortunately, he didn't get it, and so now he's just a water type starter that has lower stats than the other water type starters. And then Gelorda, I really wish he'd become a grass electric, but oh well, I guess since they're basing him off the French, they just had to be lame and make him a grass type. Okay, sorry, that was a low French joke. I'm sorry. I actually like the French. Sorry, I'm just teasing. Anyway, okay, so some of the other Pokemon, Leopardus, the dark purple cat guy, I like him a lot. Zebruika, I'm butchering these names. I apologize if I'm pronouncing these wrong. I'm not a trained linguist when it comes to Japanese. How about this? I'll just call him the Electric Zebra. I like him. Doryuzu, I like him. Rubushin, um, he's pretty cool. Again, the fact that we do have XPs in this generation is another thing that's annoying people. But if you look back on it, every generation has had XPs from previous generations. Like there's always a Rattata and there's always a Pidgey inspired Pokemon. So, having another Machop line, I'm not complaining. Let's see. Pendra's pretty cool. Um, Aerofun is annoying and really good. Waruvile. I love dark types, as you all know, and having a dark red angry gator, that's just awesome. Daruma is an absolute beast, and I hope you guys all watch out for him in competitive battling. Zuruzukin, love the guy. He's got a great typing, and you know, he's not too bad in battle. I've used one before, and he's not too bad. Desukan, Bulky Ghost, Sarcophagus. What more do you want? Zoroark. Well, everybody leads with a Zoroark or uses a Zoroark now, so you guys know how popular he is. Uh, Chilichino. I actually like the Chillarmy line. I think they're pretty cool. Rancrusu. Jello Bear. I still want to call him Jello Bear. Okay, again, the ice cream type Pokemon, I like him. Maybe Ukijika. I love deer. I have deer that wander through my backyard all the time, so having a deer Pokemon that changes with the seasons, it's pretty cool. Uh, Shubarugo, the night bug, he's okay. I think he looks absolutely ridiculous, but that's kind of why I like him. Burangaru, the ghost jellyfish. Those guys are awesome. I think that Water Ghost is a wonderful typing. Um, Dentura. I freaking love Dentura. For his typing and for his abilities and moves and all that. Natare, great wall, wonderful. Uh, Shiburudan, the floating electric eel. An electric type with levitate. That's just torturous. And he's not too bad. Shandera, need I say more? Onanokusu is one of my favorite dragon types now. Who else do we got here? Uh, Agruda, the ninja slug. I just love the concept there. Kajondo, Krimgan, those guys are pretty cool. Gorugo, Ground Ghost is an odd typing, but I still kind of love it. Kyrgyzstan is my favorite Generation 5 Pokemon. Dark Steel's, I like the typing. I just wish Kyrgyzstan was a bit better. War Gold and Red, White, Blue Eagle, need I say more? Sazendora. As some of you guys have known, I have wanted a Dark Dragon, an Ice Dragon, a Fire Dragon, an Electric Dragon for years, and now I finally get them all in the same generation, and they're all pretty awesome. And Sazendora is no exception. I wasn't expecting a Dark Dragon Hydra, but I think that that's a perfect Pokemon. So, who else? Olgamoth, love him. The Musketeers, as I'm still gonna call them. Say what you will about the legendaries of this generation. I like the Musketeers. I don't, and I'll do a separate section on the legendaries next. I'll just cover them all. So for now, you've heard a lot of my favorite Pokemon from this generation. Obviously, there's a lot of them. I think Generation 5 made some great additions, some real powerhouses, and I look forward to using them and battling against them on Wi-Fi. So the Pokemon, gonna give them a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. It's 7.5. We're gonna give them a 7.5 because I just like so many of them. Now, legendaries. As I was saying, I love the Musketeers, and my thing with legendaries is that they don't have to be all powerful. I just like Pokemon that are grouped together that have a backstory behind them. Like, I've always said that Generation 2 had legendaries down perfectly. You had Lugia and Ho-Oh, which weren't godlike, but they did have their abilities, they did have their powers. They were also pretty cool looking. You had the legendary beasts, who weren't godlike either, but they were grouped together and they had a nice backstory behind them. And then, of course, we also got Mewtwo before that, and his backstory and everything. I think that legendaries, it's just nice when there are a group of Pokemon that are really powerful and they've had stories told about them, like with the Musketeers. They're a group of legendary fighting Pokemon who have banded together and they have stories written about them. I don't know, the Three Musketeers. So yeah, I'm glad we don't have all these godlike creatures this time around. That's really nice. Um, the genies, they look okay, and they've got some okay typings. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of them. I think they're okay. Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem. Those are three of my favorite dragon typings. The ones I've requested for years. I'm really glad I finally got them, and I love Zekrom the most. Um, and fan art is starting to make me like Reshiram more. Kyurem, after seeing his official art, I think is absolutely awesome. So I really look forward to using him. And should I talk about the events considering that they aren't technically official? Now I'll do another review of them. So the legendaries, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10 actually. I like the legendaries. I'm just not totally jamming on the genies, but I admit that they are pretty good, and they got a good story about them, sort of ish. Now, the region, that's another big thing. The Unova region is it's considering I haven't gone through it all that much, it's really hard to rate. I do like the cities. I like the cities a lot. The routes in between are, well, obviously the best because these are the best graphics that we've ever had in a Pokemon game. I don't know. I like the Unova region. I like the cities that are there. We finally get an airport of all things. Wow, that just blew my mind. Um, I think Raymond City is cool. Raymond City and Hyan City, Soryu City. They're uh they're pretty cool. I like them. And Black City and White Forest. I like the concept behind that. Thank goodness I have people that are nearby with high link so that, well, who will have high link, so I can actually build those up a bit. Seriously, I wish that they would make that sort of thing Wi-Fi though, just to make it a bit easier on people. But oh well, you can't have everything in life, I guess. I'm gonna give the Unova region. I'm not sure what rating. 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. I think that the region's nice and it's really cool and I love the fact it's got this amazingly huge desert in it. I love deserts. But at the same time, it's not the biggest region. It is rather linear, which isn't a bad thing. I don't know. I suppose I wish there had been a bit more variety. I don't like the fact that the Safari Zone was taken out and a couple other features replaced and everything. So, yeah, I'm not gonna yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 because of that. I really don't know why they took the Safari Zone out again. That's just wrong. Now, characters. That's a really big thing as well. And I'm gonna start with our villain team in the generation, Team Plasma. Gatus is a monster, an absolute freaking monster. I hate this guy. He manipulates his son for his own benefit just so he can take over the world. Of course! Haha, please tell me you're laughing. Anyways, I don't like the guy, but I think he makes her an awesome villain. Totally owns Cyrus in the evilness category. I mean, at least Cyrus was trying to do something nice, even though he was totally failing. So, Gatus, totally evil. His son N, wonderfully written character. I like the fact he repents at the end, and he's evolves over the course of the story. Team Plasma, they're really giving Team Rocket a run for their money. It's my favorite evil team. I love Team Rocket, but the fact that Team Plasma has such a wonderful story, the fact the story of the game is so focused on them, and the fact the game story ends with them, and you get the castle rising out of the ground of the Pokemon League, it's so hard to hate them. I only hope that when Pokemon Gray or whatever the heck it's called comes out, that it builds on them even more, and that we actually get to fight the Sages, because that would be epic. Other characters. Gym leaders, love them, totally are better than anything Sinnoh had to offer, though granted, when you're competing against the likes of Furo and Kametsu, as well as Shaga and Yakon, well, you're in for a hard fight. And also Iris. Iris is an absolute. I want white simply just because Iris is a gym leader. That is just awesome. And Araragi, the fact that she is a woman, I like that. I've been asking for a female professor for a good amount of time now. Your rivals, Belle is adorable, and Tren's pretty cool. I'm not gonna complain about him. The Elite Four, I love this Elite Four. I absolutely freaking love this Elite Four. The fact they have personality and the fact that they actually do something, and oh my god, the fact that Caitlyn is in it. Also, Gima is just he's just a really cool dark type user. I love dark types. I'm biased. Sue me. So yeah, the characters, I'm giving them a 10 out of 10. The story really made these characters so amazing. And I guess that's about it. I'm almost out of time here, so thank you. This has been a wonderful review. You can tell how much I love Generation 5. The games themselves obviously do have some problems that need fine-tuning, but the generation itself as a whole, it's pretty enjoyable, pretty awesome, and I look forward to getting the English version in the spring. So, this is Ryuu from Bulba Garden. Please stop by whenever you want. I'm willing to talk to you. Please read the rules. And this has been another one of my Ryuu reviews. Alright, catch you later. Peace.